Hey there, young explorers. We are jumping right in today because we have got a totally wild adventure lined up. Get ready to dive deep down into a hidden, secret, and honestly, kind of spooky kingdom that's living literally right beneath your feet. You know, you might think you know all about the animals in the jungle or the fish out in the ocean, but there's a whole invisible world happening outside your window right now, and it is packed with epic battles, secret messages, and gigantic monsters. But okay, before we go any further, I've got a massive brain teaser for you, and I want you to guess and just yell your answer out loud right at the screen. Okay, ready? What on earth could possibly make real-life zombies build a massive underground internet and cure nasty sicknesses? Think about it for a second. Is it, I don't know, a crazy alien, a mad scientist bug? Come on, yell it out. What do you think could do all these crazy things at the exact same time? While you're locking in those amazing guesses, welcome to GalaxyToGarden. This is where we take the absolute most mind-blowing science facts from across the whole galaxy and bring them right to your own backyard garden. If you love fun, colorful, and just totally amazing science adventures, you've got to smash that like button right now and hit subscribe. Trust me, you do not want to miss any of our journeys. All right, did you guess the answer to that riddle? Let's reveal it. The answer is the mighty, the mysterious, the totally mind-boggling fungus. Yep, fungus. Now, you might know them as those little mushrooms popping up in the grass, or maybe that super weird fuzzy mold you saw on a piece of old bread. But a fungus is a completely weird and amazing living thing. Actually, it's not a plant, and it's not an animal. It actually belongs in its very own special kingdom. And depending on the day, it can act like an incredible superhero saving the day or a terrifying supervillain. Chapter 1. The Real Zombie Makers. So, let's kick off this story by introducing the absolute supervillain of the bug world. So, have you ever heard of the video game or the TV show called The Last of Us? If you have, or maybe if you have older siblings who talk about it all the time, you might already know a little bit about this spooky story. In that game, this creepy infection takes over people's minds. Well, believe it or not, that story was actually inspired by a very real, very creepy mind-controlling fungus villain that exists in real life. Imagine a totally normal, happy little ant. It's doing its ant chores, marching around, hanging out with its friends, looking for yummy snacks on the forest floor. Pretty cute, right? Well, now compare that to a mind-controlled zombie ant. It's walking funny, it's completely ignoring its friends, and it has this weird, creepy stuff growing literally right out of its head. No way, right? So how in the world does a happy ant turn into a full-on zombie? Well, first, a tiny invisible speck called a spore lands right on the bug. Then the fungus starts to grow inside and totally takes over, turning the ant into a zombie. The fungus literally hijacks the ant's muscles. Imagine if you had a tiny biological remote control car, but instead of a car, you were driving a real-life insect around the forest. That's exactly what the fungus does. And here is this supervillain's master plan. First, it completely controls the insect's brain. Second, it makes the bug leave its family and climb super high up a plant, clamping its jaws onto a leaf so it can't move at all. Why? For the third step, it uses that high-up spot to spread its villain spores all over the forest floor below. It basically drops them like tiny, invisible water balloons to catch even more ants. It is a complete supervillain move. Chapter 2. The Biggest Monster on Earth. Okay, we've met the tiny villain, but now get ready to meet an unbelievable, ultimate giant. Shout it out loud right now. What is the biggest living thing on the entire planet? Is it a massive blue whale swimming out in the ocean? Is it a towering T-Rex dinosaur from millions of years ago? Or could it be something totally secret hiding right in the dirt? Yell out your answers. Let me hear you. Well, if you guessed the whale or the dinosaur, you are incorrect. The biggest living organism on our entire planet is actually one massive fungus. Yep, a single, gigantic, humongous fungus. It's not a whole herd of them. It's just one huge, connected, living thing. Now, you might be wondering, okay, if it's the biggest thing on Earth, why haven't I ever seen it walking down the street? Well, that's because the giant is hiding right under the dirt. You can't even see the whole thing at once because this giant is stretching for miles and miles and miles underground. If you were standing on top of it, you'd just think you were standing in a normal forest. But beneath your shoes, there is a sprawling, gigantic network of fungus alive in the soil. We all know blue whales are absolutely huge, right? I mean, they're the size of 3 school buses. But if you put a giant blue whale next to this massive underground fungus, the mighty whale would look like a tiny little yellow rubber bath toy. Seriously, that is how colossal this earth monster really is. Chapter 3, The Secret Forest Internet. So this superhero fungus uses its massive size to help the entire forest thrive. Okay, get this. These fungi actually create a secret internet. Imagine a baby tree struggling in the morning shade, right? It needs food. Well, by noon, the fungus sends an invisible message, and by night, the older trees have actually sent food and sugar right through the fungus to help the baby tree survive. It's absolutely amazing. So, who uses the secret forest internet? Just about everybody. From the giant, towering trees to the small bushes and even the tiny little flowers. Almost the entire forest relies on this hidden network of superhero fungi to survive. Without the fungus, the forest would be completely silent and completely disconnected. So what this really boils down to is that trees are basically texting each other. It's so funny to think about, right? Just imagine a giant oak tree holding a little mushroom like a cell phone, texting its friend across the forest like, "Hey, can I borrow a cup of sugar?" Just send it through the fungus root system. They are literally sharing data, food, and messages all day long. Let's look at the actual superhero powers of this underground web. It connects all the forest roots so nobody is alone. It shares hidden water, pumping it to trees that are super thirsty during a hot summer. And it even sends warning signals. If a bunch of hungry bugs starts eating one tree, that tree will send a warning text through the fungus internet, telling all the other trees to get their bug defenses ready. It just keeps the whole forest healthy, connected, and super strong. Chapter 4, Magic Medicine and Our Future. Now we get to see how our fungus superhero helps humans. Get ready for this amazing fact. Fungi create life-saving medicines. Yup. Those weird little mushrooms, the funny-looking toadstools, and even that fuzzy mold we talked about earlier, they are actually natural chemical factories. They make these magical potions that doctors turn into medicines, and those medicines save people's lives every single day. It's basically an epic battle. When nasty, bad germs try to give you a sore throat or an earache or make you cough, the hero fungus medicine swoops right in. Pow! Bam! It completely defeats the sickness and makes you feel healthy and strong again so you can go back out and play. Man, what a journey we've been on today. Let's quickly summarize all the incredible things we've learned. Fungi cure human sickness by giving us amazing medicines. Fungi connect all of nature by acting as a giant underground texting internet for the forest. And ultimately, fungi shape our planet's future in ways we never even imagined, from breaking down old stuff in the dirt to creating totally new life. So I want to leave you all with a huge, mind-blowing question to think about after hearing all about mind control zombies, massive internet webs, and magic-fighting medicines. How do you think fungi will shape your future? Could you grow up to be a scientist who discovers a brand new superhero mushroom? Could you maybe even build houses out of fungus one day?
The possibilities in this secret world are absolutely endless.
Wow. Thank you all so much for joining me on this wild, funny, and totally fact-filled adventure into the hidden kingdom beneath our feet. You guys are top-notch explorers for sure. Remember, if you want to keep discovering the most amazing secrets of our universe, please smash that like button and subscribe to Galaxy to Garden for more incredible fun. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and definitely keep an eye on those mushrooms.